split. So, okay. Okay, you can count down. I'm ready.
Okay. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And we are on our way.
So we do have an in before new world record, just in case. Jack 3347 has got it in.
Yep.
All right, so it's not too bad of a delay. Are you watching straight from
Yeah, I'm watching straight from Hitbox and
Oh, I guess I should too.
OBS.
Will you put the link in Discord?
Yes. Might be some mic noise. Anyway, this is basic Shovel Knight any percent. We're going to be gathering a few relics. We're going to be picking up as much money as possible without slowing down. Normally we'd break a bunch of checkpoints for this throughout the levels, but that'll happen not as often now. We've pretty much cut down a lot of the checkpoints in the run. Plains is pretty straightforward, but it introduces you to all the basic mechanics of bouncing, the hidden mechanic of shovel canceling. So you can jump to cancel your ground attacks to get through dirt really quickly, like in this section.
You saw from a year ago HDQ, this is quite a bit different from then. Changed quite a bit from the 80% run that was at HDQ from a year ago.
Yeah, we've cut out a lot of the relics now. We no longer get Phase Locket, no one gets anchors. You can either use Orb or Flare Wand, your choice.
Smaugy will be getting Orb.
Yeah, we'll see the Flare Rod route later today.
I didn't even play the game when you guys were gathering face lockets.
Oh yeah, that's true. I guess we should mention Smaugy's been playing this game for a little over 3 months, and he has the world record for any percent, and he's the first person to ever get under 45 minutes. World record is 44:59.
He's a product of Muncha Koopa's run, actually. At his low percent run at SGQ, he watched that and was like, hey, I want to learn Shovel Knight. And the bastard has world record now.
Completely true.
So despite what the timer says, Smaugy is actually perfectly on pace with Plains. No mistakes were made. That was a nice 231 kill. I'll figure out how to do the timer thing later. I'll just have to set the delay of a few seconds. Anyway, we're going to go to the village, and then we're going to immediately leave the village, because there's nothing there that we need.
And straight into the Lich Yard.
Yeah, this is where every runner kind of has their own route. It starts to diverge here. Some people prefer to go to Pridemore Keep first, some people Lich Yard. It doesn't really matter.
Well, there's a number of reasons that people choose this. The main reason that you would choose Pridemore first is because it has the least amount of map movement. But you get orbs in between the two stages, so it's which one you prefer to have the orbs in. Also, because there's the most RNG in the game is in the Lich Yard boss, so you want to get that out of the way to get the most runs in possible if you get bad RNG.
And for me, it's a huge advantage to go to the Lich Yard first, because I cannot continue my runs if I get the bad RNG on Spectre Knights.
Yeah, there's been a lot of different iterations of this boss that I guess I'll get to later when we're actually at him. For now, I guess I'll explain some of the rest of the level, like frogs. They're random.
3 different patterns they can give you.
Yeah, the total combination is, I don't know, whatever 3 to the 4th
Yeah,
power is.
yeah. I don't know that math. It's a lot.
Neither do I. And then in this room, he has to move the skull over to this platform on the left to lower it. They'll lower as long as there's 2 of something on it. And one time I actually got a frog to hop over there and sit there for me. And it's never happened again, ever. It was
So
the
you got
nicest
to,
I've ever seen.
you got to just go down then without the skull.
Yeah. I started the screen, he hopped over and sat on the very end of the platform, and we just lowered. And I was like, okay then, I'm never golding this level again.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. Or even conceived it happening, to be honest.
Yeah. Now we're in the last dark room. None of the others are really that big of a deal. This one's kind of a pain at first. This level is often one that new runners say is just the worst thing ever. This one in Explodatorium.
That room does take some getting. Do a lot of deaths in that room.
Yeah.
Start out.
Okay, so the way Spectre Knight works, his first teleport is always to the opposite corner, so now that he's right, he'll go bottom left. And what we originally wanted was for him to just go back to the left after going to that bottom corner. But the developers didn't understand what we suggested, or it was implemented wrong. And so now, it's completely random if he teleports back to the bottom left corner. We actually used to be able to get much faster fights, but that was still perfect RNG in that fight. So, yay!
I am surprised.
Yeah, I am too.
Marathon luck.
I was 99% sure that I was gonna get the bad RNG teleports, but it's all good.
Where are you on your splits?
558, which is 1 second faster than my PB. So I am on world record pace.
World record pace confirmed.
It's okay. What'll be nice is that if this does get it, you can just like record this recording with your splits like on screen.
Oh yeah.
And it'll, since my timer will be off. Actually tell me when I should stop time, and it should almost even out.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, for future runs, we'll have the runners count down, so then I'll know exactly when to start the timer. Be in sync with their streams.
Yeah.
Anyway, now that we have the orb costs 6 magic, and it bounces around a lot. It can get a lot of hits in on enemies, which is why we prefer it. Or it's the more widely used item, I guess. It absolutely destroys Treasure Knight. And what Smaugy just did is really the only glitch in the Shovel Knight run. What he did is what we call the Gentle Hop. You swing your shovel on screen transition during the startup of your jump. You can fly a few blocks. You can do it anywhere in the game. More of a dangerous level than Pride Moron.
I can hear Munch.
Yeah,
Right.
Munch, you're cutting out.
I am?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
now it's good.
Wait, that sounded good.
I wonder why.
It sounded like you
Yeah,
were fading.
it died out for a sec. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like fading and then all of a sudden nothing.
Must just be my crappy mic. Or my laptop.
We'll
Is it
let
better
you know
now?
when it happens.
Yes, it is. It is better now. So, the reason we call it that is because a player, Mr. Gentle, what's his full tag thing?
Oh my god.
Mr. Gentle Rake.
Mr. Gentle Rake, yes. Who, any of the crazy glitches that we found, probably the person who found them.
Yeah, we'll see a lot more of those later tonight.
Yes. Plenty of them take place in the Plague Knight runs.
King Knight, my favorite boss to kill.
Isn't he everyone's favorite boss to kill?
Yeah.
Don't let anyone be misled by that statement, though. Meaning that they want to kill him because they don't like him.
Oh
We
no,
want
no,
to kill
I
him because we love him.
I love Best Knights.
We want to kill him because we love him the best.
Yes. The mechanics and the mechanics in that fight with him jumping around, it's satisfying to kill him.
It is. It's a very precise fight, and it
Yeah.
feels good to do it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Now we've gotten to the first of the 3 dreams, and in this one, normally Shield Knight just falls after about a minute and you catch her. It's faster to die in all of them, so we just try and find the fastest way to die.
So you want to get hit by the skeleton swords, because they do 1 full damage.
The King Knight love is tremendous in chat.
Yes. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
What happened?
Somebody said they hated King Knight in the chat.
Oh,
No.
I thought you meant like it was an actual bad stream thing. No.
No.
Okay.
Seems just as bad to me.
Anyway, back to the run. Now we go to Mole Knight's level because we want the Dust Knuckles, because they have the most time save. Or they allow for the most time save in the other levels that we have to go to. Now we're gonna do one of the tricks that got added because of the low percent route. We just colloquially call it Beetle 1, because it's the first big beetle. And what we're gonna do is use this bird and release him at a certain time, and then bounce on him to escape the beetle.
Oh, your mic is dying. Finish that, then he's gonna jump on the bird right there.
Da 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 da.
You have to spawn him at just the right time.
We'll let you know when the mic is back on, Muncher.
Because I muted it.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now it's good.
Good.
This is very strange. We
Well,
probably
it's
just
not
need a new mic.
Well, that's what it sounds. I don't think it's because of your computer usage.
Yeah, well, then again, I use this mic all the time on my desktop, and now it's on my laptop, so it could be my laptop.
Okay, could be.
I wouldn't be surprised. Anyway, we just got the Dust Knuckles, and they save frames every time you punch something because they make you move a little faster horizontally, and they can also pull you 2 things that you can punch from about 2 small blocks away. Yeah, orbs don't destroy the ground at all.
They're
Oh my
bouncy.
God. Okay. That was not good. At all.
Ooh. I've done that.
That's a very interesting one right there.
Yeah. It's a new strat that I use, but sometimes it's doesn't really work out the way I want. And I should not do that ever again.
Welcome to Shovel Knight. There are 1001 ways to die.
Yes.
We find new ways every day.
So all in befores are now not.
Yeah.
I think the only level in Mole Knight that's based around cycle. Or no, there's a few others, all the ones with fire drops. But this one with the moving platform especially.
Yeah, he can one death world record, just not that death. That's too far.
Yeah.
That death was a very far away from the checkpoint as well.
Yeah. Then there's a trick here at Beetle 2, but it's really risky, so we're not going to do that right now.
And I'm really bad at it.
His first world record didn't even have it in it. But his new one does, though, I believe.
Yeah.
And in Mole Knight, we really get to show off what orbs can do because we use them to hit him a bunch when he flies around the room. And then you can actually throw them so they follow him there. That was perfect.
Fight. Perfect fight.
Beetle 2, skip. There's one thing that I might have to do in Exploratorium, and that is to get extra gold from my checkpoints. Since I fell down into a bottomless pit, and you cannot get your gold back if you die down there. I need gold. I lost a bunch.
So this level has the first global cycles of the game, most notable for them. Everything you do is affecting the rest of the level. You have to get through it as fast as you can, otherwise you messed up at all. The cycle in later rooms will be different.
Yeah. And if you're wondering why any of these cycles right now are possible, it's because of using Dust Knuckles in that first long room. Because of the way they advance you, you actually save a lot of frames and are able to get through the platforms at the end without having to wait. We used to need the phase locket for that to delay our fall so we could reach the next platform before the first checkpoint. But no more. Oh.
But there was a while of no phase locket where we still had the old fast cycle damage boot on the spikes on the ground before going through that part.
That's true. It was awful.
Yes, because that takes quite a few damage to hit those spikes on the floor.
It is possible to kill the Potion Master boss before he transforms, but it is rather difficult to do. It's a little easier with the flares, but it's still like you have to practice it a few times before you get good at it, and even then.
Especially easier with the flares and the Conjurer's Code.
Yeah, because then you can just mash the flare. And now the ladder, skip.
I'm free one.
The anti-skip.
I like that you now wait to get hit by the chompies instead of the fire in
Yeah,
the
exactly.
second part of it.
I'm so
That's-
happy that extra health was a carrot, because more often than not, it's a bomb for me.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes that I
But
get
it is
bombed,
faster to
but-
get that one if it isn't a bomb.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And I don't need to grab
He only
this.
has enough for the one orb. Normally he'd have enough to hit him with 2 orbs and not have to get hit by that.
You landed in the perfect spot to start the fight, though. Plague isn't as random as we once thought.
That was a really
Like,
good
if you-
fight.
Yeah, like as you can see, Smaugy has kind of mastered moving with Plague as he jumps, which is exactly how you're supposed to do it to get the quick kill.
Yep, he has a thing that he wants to do and you can manipulate it. That wasn't even best RNG fight, but he still made it look pretty good.
Oh, Rise, you jerk.
He didn't click on him this time. We're good. He didn't actually go to him.
Ooh, destroy all 4 blocks at once, nice. So yeah, airborne shovel attacks reach higher than ground-based ones, which is why stuff like that is possible. And then
It's a very little known thing about Shovel Knight.
Yeah,
That the hitbox on the shovel is different when you're airborne.
yeah, it's not by much, but it's enough to help. And then that Dust Knuckle trick in the third room not only got him gold, but also saved him frames. And then reflect that little guy's ball. You can reflect most of the projectiles in this game, if not just cancel them out. Nice.
Yeah, a lot of people casually don't know that you can hit all these projectiles back at your enemies.
Yeah. Oh, that orb strat is so sick. Shoutouts to the man Eunice.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Yes.
2, 3, 4 hits for good luck.
Just shoveling the chest for no
Yes.
apparent reason.
Yes. I started doing that 4 times. No more, nor less.
Is it like when sports players hit each other on the butt for good luck?
Yeah, kinda.
All right, have a good game, 420 fish. Have a good game. All right. That was a good fight.
Correct. I am going to do the anchor skip, but since I want this to be a good run, I do not want to die on the anchor skip, so I'm gonna get the checkpoints. Just in case.
I support this decision.
Yeah. The marathon, I always support it.
I forget, did I get the first anchored SGDQ? It's not important now.
I do. The only thing I really remember you missing was getting on top of Propeller when you went up.
Yeah, which doesn't surprise me. Anyway,
So he got a version of the anchor skip where he caught the second one higher than the first one. So if you get a good pattern on Treasure Knight, the orbs just follow him exactly with his move.
yeah,
But this is not that pattern.
it was still okay though.
It was not one in which he went up, so it's okay.
Yeah. Again, nothing really Smaugy could have done to prevent that, because that's just how treasure works.
Yeah. And it's coffee time.
Taste?
Ah.
So now we come to the second dream, which is the hardest one to die in, just because of the way the enemies work in it. There's not a whole lot that does a whole heart, so you just have to do this like same thing every time and hope that it works. So he's gonna ideally take a lot of damage from these knights. Then he
Only
can
the
hit-
sword slash and these potions will do a whole heart in the stream. And because they don't do it that often, yeah, that was actually pretty fast. He's not gonna catch Shield Knight, which saves some time.
Yeah, but the fast death there is more important.
Pray to Racy. Nice.
Block me, man. Block me, man.
And now we're going into the second town here, and we're gonna get the purple armor, which gives
Which will not
me-
change his color.
Yes, it will not change color because I have the green armor right now, but that's not the important part. I'm gonna get 80 magic, but I will take a double damage, which can be a little bit tricky.
Now onward to the flying machine to get the propeller dagger.
To go fast.
Yeah. I think this is probably like, I think this level more than anyone sticks out to people, both as being difficult and having some of the best music in the game.
They definitely, the combination of those two things make this one of the most talked about levels, especially casually.
Yeah, a lot of this level comes down to a few dust knuckle tricks and a lot of precise movement with the propeller dagger in order to get exactly where you want. Like, a couple of the rooms only work the way they will if you propeller dagger in a very like similar spot every time you do it.
The second half of the stage, there really aren't really ways you can die other than spikes, because the enemies start not really getting in your way anymore, and there's just spikes all over the place.
Yeah. I think which level has the most enemies? I want to say like Polar or Tower 1.
Polar, yeah.
Yeah, Polar.
Polar, there's a lot in every room.
The wolves can be very annoying in Polar Nights in the beginning, but once you get used to them, they're easy.
Yeah. Now we've acquired the propeller dagger, which will allow him to fly a short distance. Damage boost.
Little damage boost strat there. And here's a nice trick. And one of the hardest rooms of the games is known as the 3 Jawa room, triple Jawa room.
Yeah. We call them Jawas because they look like Jawas, even though we know they're
Yes.
called propeller meanies.
If you don't know what a Jawa is, then I feel sorry for you.
Then you need to go watch Star Wars. Trademark.
OTD!
And here's my coffee break.
One of the few auto-scrollers in the game, which we are very thankful to ICG for.
Yeah.
They're
I have to say
that they think about speedrunners when they're making their game.
Yeah, they definitely do. I have to say, even though the auto-scrollers in Shovel Knight are generally slower paced, they're fair, which is what's good about them. Except in that one, if you get too far ahead of yourself, you can find a death wall.
Yeah, there's none of them like Butterbridge in Super Mario World.
Yeah.
My god.
One cycle wind tunnel. Yeah!
Oh, nice.
There's a very small history to that trick. Busta Wolf discovered that it was doable, and then that went to Engage, and then Drake did it at HEDQ, but he didn't really have a good setup. So then I went in and made the one that we use now.
Small history.
Yeah.
5 people.
Well, compared to like...
And the perfect propeller fight.
Yeah.
Ooh, possibly the hardest boss casually.
I would definitely agree there.
Destroyed.
Yes.
Destroyed.
Easy game, easy life.
So we have one more relic to acquire, which we'll go get at the Clockwork Tower, which has some of my favorite music.
I believe it is your favorite track, is it not?
It's my favorite, like, in-level track.
Okay.
My favorite track in the game bounces around a lot.
That's an easy thing with the soundtrack.
Yes. Jake is a wonderful composer. And in this level, like, a common theme among the last trio of levels of for the Order of No Quarter is that your health is very important, both in low percent and any percent. In low percent because of damage boosts, and any percent just because you have so little of it. And there's very few places to actually pick up health. So
See that big magic drop? Big magic drop.
Oh yeah.
Big magic. But
love
yeah,
big
health is
magic.
important because there's also not a lot of checkpoints in these levels that we get. And so now we've acquired the gear, which is basically just a mobile platform, and it actually has some other interesting properties that we'll see in other runs later today.
And it has some swag properties to it as well.
Yes. Ultimate swag. Okay. I'm glad that missile at least gave you magic
Yeah.
when you killed it.
Yeah.
So that room that he just went daggered straight through, if you don't have the propeller dagger, it's the hardest room.
Yeah. it ends more low percent runs than I think maybe any other room.
I actually want to grab this food.
I'm surprised you didn't grab the checkpoint with how easy those that can go wrong with those gear guys.
Nah, I know the timing
Ages.
in the cycle on.
Oh,
those
I
gear
didn't
guys,
even
so-
notice that. So with the purple armor, as we mentioned earlier, it makes him take extra damage. So with 1.5 there, if he had touched those gears or the mages themselves, he would have died instantly.
I have a really good idea about the cycle and how I can do it, so that's why I went for it.
Primorix is mad you don't have swag gear emote.
I could add it, I do have room for one more emote.
I am full right now.
Be right back. Well, I'm still here, but... Oh, there's an interesting glitch that sometimes happens with these stairs, where we'll hit the switch once and they'll go down instantly, but we have absolutely no idea what causes it, and it's only happened to...
Explode, I think, right?
Well, it happened to one like French runner, a month after the game came out, and happened to explode twice in the same day, and then it's happened to me once, like a week
Okay,
after it happened.
so it's not an only Belgium thing then. For
Yeah,
you don't have the Belgium version, right?
do not. Anyway, Tinker Phase 1 obviously got one shot by the gear. That's an Easter egg. And then Tinker 2, depending on
Yes.
how you go about the fight, it's a very technical fight.
Very technical. And a lot of runs.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
It's a
Smaugy,
huge time loss if you don't get it perfect. Which he
Smaugy
just
walked up and did it. And it was the best.
That reminds me of wrong warps. YOLO wrong warps in Ocarina of Time. Just walk up and do it.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone do the first room of Polar not like that.
Oh, with
Going
the
the beetle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ever since that was discovered, I think it's been like canon as far as this run is concerned. Here's one use for the gear, is extending your jump height in a little way. Oh, by the way, that grab on that ladder that Smaugy did when he jumped off the gear, that will only work if vertical sync is enabled in some way. I don't know why, but it's always been that way.
So enable it. We'll find you.
It is a rule for Shovel Knight speedrun.
I don't know why you don't have vertical sync enabled. I will find you. I will not verify your run.
Nope.
I will not verify. Okay.
Rejected. Anyway, Smaugy is absolutely destroying this level right now.
It's a very
So-
straightforward level, but also difficult.
Yeah. And again, this is one of those levels where, more so than other ones, you are directly in control of where you take damage, provided you're just good at the level. And I don't know what everyone else does for the Hammer Bros right there, when you have to move that statue. I watch the hammers, I don't know what anyone else does.
I watch
I
the
do
hammers.
as well. Yeah, I watch the hammers.
VSync sets the game's, I think, yeah, it's the game's refresh rate to your monitor's refresh rate. And in Shovel Knight, that tries to keep it at a basic, like, 60 frames per second. With that disabled, the frame rate will just go as high as you want, so it'll allow you to actually, like, chain Dust Knuckles infinitely without having to
Yeah.
fall or stop. And since that's not, like, part of the way the game is supposed to work, we don't allow that in speedruns.
It was almost Rip Mike, but it came back. Here I was saying Rip Mike, but it was on its way, but then it came back.
I'm sorry, I don't know what's causing that.
Yeah.
That was a perfect Polar Knight.
You were still audible the whole time. It was just like it sounded like it was gonna do it. Where are you in your splits?
I'm 59 seconds behind. Because of that
Haven't
death.
crossed the minute threshold. Haven't crossed the minute.
No. Oh, well, it did on Tinker. But I gained time back.
You get a 45 at a marathon. Like,
That death in Mole Knight City. In Lost City? Mole Knight City? That took a
eh,
lot of
it
time.
works.
Yeah, that works.
He is the he's the landlord, most definitely, of Lost City.
Oh yes. Hopefully I don't fuck this up.
Now this level is, if it's not polar, it's this level is the most straightforward level in the game. Once you get it down, do it exactly the same every time. You have to wait for that rat right there, but that's about it.
Yeah. And in this one, they kind of throw everything at you from previous levels. So you'll see enemies
Introduce
and...
the liquid samurais and archers.
Yeah, which are a fan-made enemy. One of the directors for a day added those in.
I believe that was mentioned in the AGDQ run. Huh?
I don't know if they mentioned it there.
I feel like someone asked about it and then they said it.
Yeah, them and the 4 wandering travelers were added by...
Oh wow.
Yeah, or
The
a few of
Baz
them.
was made by a fan, huh?
Well, the Baz is from other indie games, but I think they
Oh, he is.
they specifically requested and like donated because he's also from Dive Kick. I think they put him in that Indivisible RPG, and he's in some other things, so he's kind of like a meme character.
Okay then. It's funny that he became a meme here without me even knowing that. Now here's this level's version of a dark room. One of the most beautiful backdrops of any level in this game. The Baz being spammed in chat.
And we are past the Troll Jawa,
The singular Jawa of Taro 1.
and now we fight Black Knight 3. The fight works pretty much the same way. It's just you have a much tighter time frame to stun lock him.
Oh, that was bad. That was really, really
Alright.
bad.
He did stop the teleporting though, which is good. 'Cause that's just a lot of time gone.
Yeah.
So what it does do, it allows you to see the cool things that Black Knight does, which are pretty cool. But now he's dead. Rip.
You want to know something very weird?
What is that?
I saved 1 second.
Is that possible?
And I don't know why. Oh
You
wait!
didn't get-
no.
Get Black Knight kill?
Yeah, I did. I think I know why. It's because I'm running against my average splits.
Oh, okay. So everything you've told me to this point is fraudulent.
Yeah, it's
Got it.
probably not true.
Smaugy confirmed liar.
People are what in chat, and then nope, fraudulent.
And I
What?
still don't know why that happens. That is so weird.
Smaugy refusing to take the bottom route.
Yeah.
Refusing to take the bottom route. There's a liquid archer just waiting for you down there.
Safety
Li-
health.
Lies percent.
Well, I mean, even the timer is lying to you at this point. That's more my fault.
So if anyone didn't know, you can take the top route there, and it's way easier. So please do it.
Yeah, it's actually developer intended that happen. There's a lot of little things like that in this game. And this is the last auto-scroller.
Ladder Knight defeated. That's the ladder before this auto-scroller can kill you very easily.
Oh yeah, because if you fall back
Don't-
down that ladder, you don't go to the previous room, you just die.
So get off of that ladder before you do.
There's one funny thing that happened to me once when I jumped off that ladder. One of the green slimes jumped towards me and knocked me back. And when I was gonna jump back up, I accidentally grabbed the ladder and dropped down from the ladder and died. And there were a lot of people that saw it. That was really weird. Okay, boss rush.
So you get to see them all again. Typically don't want Plague first. The order is random except for Polar has to be one of the first three because he's the only in death spikes. That was just a nice thing by the devs. I believe I believe my any percent PB still has a death to ladder knight. Actually, it was a long time ago, but I believe it does.
That was a pretty good King Knight, not the best. And Mancha, I think your mic is dead again, maybe?
I don't know, I wasn't saying anything.
No, you
Oh,
weren't
okay.
saying anything. I just
Okay.
yeah. Usually
Just
you can
making
hear
sure.
it going before, yeah. So most of these guys are the same. Propeller is easier because he does the lunging toward you an extra cycle, which means you can kill him before he even goes up.
I do not like this.
Yeah. This room is actually slightly smaller than all the other boss rooms. And because
So
of
you
like
can't
what's-
do the things exactly the same because of that.
Yeah, like King Knight's not the same. Mole Knight you have to be a little quicker on some things. Spectre actually sits lower on the screen when he's in the bottom corners, so you actually can't do the same stuff. So it's actually faster to ricochet him into the top corners.
Because you have the charge slash this time, he's easier to just bop him back and forth. Bye, Speed Frog.
Goodbye, Mr. Frog.
These are the two that are probably considered the hardest remaining here.
That was not good at all because I did not have health, and I picked it up very, very early, and so I had died, and I have to redo all the bosses. That's very
But you could
unfortunate.
still world record.
Lies present.
So you guys get to see him again now. Well, you gotta. I'm sure Smaugy really wanted to get that 45 in the marathon just to
Yeah.
put it in my face.
But hey, more Shovel Knight action for the viewers.
Yeah. It's good that he got no world record out of the way in Mole, so we wouldn't have been worrying about that right now. In case you didn't know, Smaugy plays on keyboard. In case you can't hear that. That is the sound of him spamming shovel to Polar Knight. That is what the sound is.
That's better.
Alright. So this time, you got it.
Yeah. Got the annoying boss out of the way as well.
So that's pretty much any further threat to him dying in this boss rush now. This time. He had one hit left, but you still charged / kick.
Yeah, I tried to spam it, the shovel attack, but somehow I didn't release the button, so I actually held down the attack button all the time. So I was actually a little bit surprised that I charged slashed. Rip keyboard, maybe. Yeah, swag slash. That's it.
As you can see,
Oh my
as you
God.
can hear, he also makes the same noise when he fights Treasure Knight. Anybody who just stands there and gets hit by which that was the perfect pattern.
Yeah, that was a really good treasure.
Treasure just backs himself into his corner and just stays there for the whole fight. Yeah, he's dead very quickly.
And we're gonna save King.
So normally, if a run isn't on like PB pace, King's sitting there on the top or something, you save him. Because he's the best. And if it's dead like this one, might as well just go all the way down to him.
Oh yeah.
It really sucks when you die in this room. Because it's kind of like an auto-scroller.
Yeah, it is kinda. It happened one time when I was on PV pace. I took damage from the blocks, fell down into the lava, died, and run over. That's really sucks.
One good thing about Plague is that he has a longer damage boost, so he'll just go to the platform next to it if he gets hit by the blocks.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to worry about falling down.
Let's see if we can get the quick kill on Enchantress phase 1.
It's a very technical fight.
Okay. Got some bad dice.
Got a early dive a little bit there.
Yeah, and bad dice. Which you do not want. But you don't have any control over it, so it's all good.
Let me know when I should stop time.
Yeah. I'll let you know. I don't know what the delay is,
It's not much.
but I'm throwing the gear right now.
About 5 seconds.
Okay.
If I'm right, this should kind of work.
Stop timer now.
Oh man! Oh god! Oh man!
Stopped it in relation to the stream. I got 49.38, probably a little lower.
Oh god! Oh man! Oh god!
49.34.
Okay, so not bad.